this video, I want to talk a little bit about the different levels of intimacy within a marriage. So in our marriage program, Spark, one of the assessments that we do is to check to see what is happening with intimacy within the relationship. And oftentimes when physical intimacy has left the relationship, everybody wants to put that in as like a first port of call. And you just can't do that. Unfortunately, there are layers of intimacy that need to be rebuilt so that a physical part of the relationship flows a bit more naturally. You don't want a situation where your spouse feels like they're just, doing it for their country, just making sure the needs get met without actually it flowing and feeling natural like it did in the beginning. And the reality is that there are layers of intimacy that we need to rebuild. The first layer is what I will call the intellectual layer. Being on the same page, seeing eye to eye on topics, being able to communicate effectively, feeling supported by the other person, sharing the tasks within the house, within the household, within the parenting, like just kind of having that meeting of minds and respect for each other's needs and feelings within the relationship. That's the intellectual layer. Beyond that is the emotional layer, and the emotional layer has several components to it. One of them being, friendship, being able to hang out with each other and have fun, enjoy each other's company, being able to chat, and all the way up to actually I can lean on you to help me mediate and navigate my anxiety or deal with something really complex that I'm dealing with. You are now my person that I can go to. That's like layers up of the echelon, and if you get to that stage where you are my person, I feel close to you, I can rely on you and count on you. When I share something with you, you don't mock me or ridicule me, you're there for me, you honor my feelings and my needs. That is the stage before physical intimacy starts to flow. And if you're not at that stage within your relationship, you need to start at the right place. You've got to start first building and rebuilding the intellectual layers before you can hit friendship, camaraderie, support, like partnership, that kind of stuff, before these other layers become a bit more natural. Flowing from there, physical intimacy is then a bit more natural. It doesn't then feel forced. We're not ending up in a situation where we feel like we're just meeting the needs of the other person without meeting needs of ourselves. And sometimes within the Spark program, we do some other things before we start turning our attention onto intimacy. But sometimes that can be really challenging for people. And one of the things that we've seen has been really like a breakthrough is to classify what kind of partnership you're in. So we've done a lot of research since 2009 with different couples. So in the area of divorce, and then reverse engineering that into marriage so that we make sure that whatever we find here on the divorce side, we're actually fixing it up front in the saving of the marriage. And there are couple types, and diagnosing your couple type is actually quite key. There are several couple types, and one of them is what I would call the Sherpa procedural type. So this is when one person is very much the leader in the relationship, and the other one likes to be the follower and likes to be told very specific procedures. Both people have pros and cons. One person, very good at creating things and saying, this is what we're doing, and that's the way, and this is the path, and this is what I need. The other person, very happy, once they know the procedure of what they need to do, this person is very good at following procedures and kind of executing action plans. The challenge is when the Sherpa starts to get tired, and they're tired of being the Sherpa, and their expectation of the relationship was they were going to come to the relationship and it was going to be a sanctuary where someone else was going to do the Sherpaing. Yeah, sorry, mate. If you're in this kind of relationship dynamic, you're always going to be the Sherpa. And a lot of this dynamic is about accepting that you are the Sherpa in life and expecting the procedural person to mind read what it is you need in the relationship. This is going to cause conflict and dysregulation in the relationship. Your job as the Sherpa is to clearly define what your needs and feelings are, communicate them and break them down into procedure, and the procedural person will absolutely nail exactly your needs and feelings based on the procedure that you have defined. And when people kind of understand this and they start to build these procedures within the relationship, it's pretty beautiful what ends up happening. So by defining these different couple types, that is kind of a prequel to actually like solving the intimacy thing. Understanding and really getting that depth of like appreciation of our differences is crucial to fixing this piece of the puzzle at the end here. So in our staged marriage program, Spark, it's a 6-month program. We go through all these different layers and eventually we get to this courtship layer where we fix this part of the relationship. So you got to kind of have the right training. And I think in a lot of marriage support programs, marriage counseling programs that are out there, it's all just some flavor of adjudication, which is nonsense. At the end of the day, if we knew what to do, we would be doing it. So it's actually about skill development and about teaching. And that's what we do. So if you want to find out more, make sure that you book a clarity call on our Naked Marriage Online website. Find out more about the Spark program, take our assessment to see where you're at in the relationship rift, and see if the program could be something that can help you. And if for more videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe on our channel, and we'll see you till next time.